And now we will close this long journey throughout genocides and violations of human rights by getting to to the last few days. A new genocide is evident to everybody, the one against the Uyghur population. We talked about that, and we remembered Professor Ilham Tohti, and this morning, but we also have him today as well, we have the president of the World Uyghur Congress, Dolkun Isa. And let me ask you, what is the situation today?
First, thank you very much to invited me such a wonderful conference and organizing such an event. Well, the situation of the Uyghurs today is dire. Today, 3 million Uyghurs, at least 3 million Uyghurs, Kazakh, other ethnic people in East Turkestan, in China, and arbitrarily detained and suffering in the concentration camps. They are subject to politically indoctrinate, forced to denounce national and religious identity, and forced labor, sexual abuse, rape, and also they are and physical and mental torture all the time. You know, this very difficult to get information what is going on really in the concentration camp. But now some camp survivors already released and escape, came to the free world. They are made testimony because they are foreign citizen, Uyghur origin. They are told a horrible story. What's going on in the camps, concentration camp, you know? So many death case was happening. And well, even there is so many intellectuals, women, football player, arts, retired women, every kind of people, because of just the ethnicity, because they are Uyghurs, because of their Kazakh. This is the situation in the concentration camp. You have to show the loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. If you drink one cup of water, you have to say, oh, thanks Chinese Communist Party, thanks Xi Jinping. Without Chinese Communist Party, without Xi Jinping, no life. You have to say this, you have to show your loyalty to the Chinese Communist Party. This is happening today in 21st century. But most of some people talking about the concentration camp, but the people who is living outside the concentration camp is also very horrible. I personally, I'm victim of such a family. I left my country 28 years ago. Since I have left my country, I never visit to my countries. I never have seen my parents, my brother and my sister, because I couldn't return to my hometown. I'm German citizen. I invite to my parents, my brother to the Germany, but Chinese government never allowed them to visit to Germany. No, impossible, because last 5 years, since 2017, all Uyghurs who live in exile, Germany, Europe, United States, everywhere, we have lost contact to family members. My last telephone communication, my mother is middle of April 2017, 5 years ago. Since then, last 5 years, we got only heartbreaking news. 2018, after 1 year later, communication cut down. I got heartbreaking news, my mother died. So many media called me, what condition your mother passed away? I didn't know idea. I called, after I got this news, I had trying to communicate to my family, but I couldn't access. Later, a couple of weeks later, I learned from the media, my mother detained, she was put one of the concentration camp in China. After 1 year later, she died on the concentration camp. She was 18 years old lady, Can you imagine? She is the no politician. She is the very ordinary housewife. She is because the punishment because she is the Uyghur, she is my mother. This is the reason only. Just 1 year later, 2020, I got second heartbreaking news. My father passed away. I learned this news from the Chinese media. Last year, I got another heartbreaking news. My younger brother sentenced to life. My older brother, he's a mathematics professor. He sentenced to 24 years. This is my family tragedy. It was happening today. My story is not unique. All Uyghurs who living in exile have the same problem today. And today, we don't exactly number, but Bitter Winter, based in Rome, Italy, this organization report around 800,000 to 1 million Uyghur children separate from family. They are targeted, indoctrinated, changing name, you know, and transport to the other province of China. Around 1 million Uyghur transport to the China to forced labor. Today, so many Western company, Italian company, German company, US company, make business China, and the profit was a forced labor. Today, this 22% is cotton. Globally, 22% is cotton production from forced labor, from Uyghur forced labor. 85% cotton in China from Uyghur forced labor. This is happening today in my hometown, unfortunately.
Appunto, anche dalle sue parole, anche quello che ci ha detto.
Based on your words and what you said, you have reported, you have denounced the education camps, and you have undergone some violence, and this is why you're living in exile now. Where can you find your strength, the courage to go on in your battle?
Well, I told already this story. This is the happening today. Unfortunately, most of the world is continuous silence. Of course, we have seen some positive response. This genocide started 2016, almost 5 years. 5 years. At the beginning, no one listening to us. No media reported nearly to this situation. But we have continually educated. We talk on this issue. However, now we have seen some positive step. Now, 9 parliaments around the world recognize the Uyghur genocide. And this is the US, Canada, Netherlands, Lithuania, Belgium, UK, and Ireland. This 9 parliament already, and French as well, recognize the Uyghur genocide. So this is to give us some hope. This is to encourage to us. Secondly, and today we believe, even today, so many young generation in the Garden of Righteous ceremony was happening today. So many young generation, teenagers listening to us. They ask question us. This brings us hope. So, but just silent because still hundreds of countries, millions of people is silenced because of some money. Today, so many, as I say, so many European countries, so many European companies continue business with China. It is not correct time to make business with China. Business should not be business as usual. If because people is dire. People's life should not be less important than money. But unfortunately today, democratic voice is very weak. But authoritarian countries' voice stronger than democratic voice, unfortunately. Today, Chinese government trying to monopolize the international human rights system, trying misuse international organization, for example, Interpol, and trying to monopolize the UN Human Rights Council. Chinese long arm getting everywhere. Today I'm lucky, I'm talking here. 2017, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I was detained in Italy. I'm a German citizen. I'm a European citizen. Despite of this, I was detained in Rome. I was invited senator campaign to the press conference. I was arriving to the room just 20 minutes before starting the conference. I was detained more than 20 Italian police. Can you imagine this kind of situation happening in this country? But today I'm free speaking here. I'm so lucky. Thank you for all, and the support is very important for us, but it's not good enough. 75 years ago, Holocaust was happening. World leader promised never again, but never again is happening again today. And in this moment, this situation. So that's why this never again should not be empty promise. So all countries who signed 1948 International Convention on the Genocide should be all country has a legal obligation. All human beings have a moral obligation. Company, all human beings should be take action. We have some positive response today. This is the give us hope. This is to encourage all advocacy.
Grazie. L'ultima brevissima, veramente l'ultima brevissima.
One very short question. We have a very few minutes to close the conference. So in the light of what we have said so far, what is the importance of remembering the righteous and these individuals who fought against genocide?
Well, as already told, still so many countries and the people still silent in front of this genocide. Silent is meaning is complicity of this genocide, this crime. So I would like to give the message, should be speaking loudly. Should not be, there's only just genocide, in front of genocide, should not be naturalism. Some country or some international organization like International Olympic Committee, we are repeatedly making pressure to the International Olympic Committee, move to the Beijing Winter Olympic to the other countries. But Olympic Committee didn't listen to us. They are hiding behind of the political naturalism and took place in Beijing. It is a genocidal game. So that's why, so silence is complicity. So every human being should have responsibility to speak out and fight, unite together. Today, this genocide ongoing, unfortunately, we haven't seen any single condemnation of the United Nations Secretary General to on genocide. Not single urgent section was happening in UN Human Rights Council because this system control authoritarian regime like China. So that's why I would like to say the important thing is we have to unite it, we have to wake up, we have to broken or silence because China, Russia, this authoritarian government not only threaten to Uyghurs, Tibet, Hong Kong, some other country. This authoritarian regime is threatening global democracy and the human right. This is democracy, human right, and it's a Western value must be protected. Other way, this authoritarian regime really destroyed whole world, and we never stay in such wonderful world if another 15 or 30 years.
Grazie, grazie mille.